Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Juice, back in video, doing a little impromptu video. Let me start from the beginning. So this video, obviously, if you're reading the title, it's basically about, I don't know, I'm playing with my hair because I'm nervous, but it's basically about my son, an update about him and what he's going through and all this stuff. So when my son was born almost 2 years ago, I almost got a freaking 2-year-old. He's over there playing with, watching TV, doing his thing, you know. So when he was born, I had a really horrible, terrible delivery. I hated everything about it. So basically when he was coming out, first, before that, my water broke. I didn't even know my water broke because I know it wasn't like the typical how the movies are, but you know, I knew that water was gonna come out, and it never did. So I was wondering what happened. So the doctor had to pop break my water, and I guess it didn't break all the way, so a little bit stayed, and that was next to my placenta. So that infected my placenta because it was in there for a little too long, longer than it was supposed to. So that affected my placenta, meaning I got sick, meaning Xavier got sick. So we had a very high fever, both of us. His heart rate was irregular. I was in labor for over 27 hours. And then, so it was time to push him out. And come to find out, he had the umbilical cord around his neck. Great. So finally, when he came out, they had to cut me. You know, Xavier's coming out of here, and my booty hole right here. You know, whatever. They had to cut all the way down straight to my booty hole. They had to give me a episiotomy, okay? Like, they had to give me a episiotomy. Xavier, please. It's crazy. So, that was a lot. And when he came out, he wasn't screaming, he wasn't breathing. It was just nothing. And you know, they made him breathe again, and he started crying, and I only hold him for legit a legit second, and they rushed him to a NICU, and they rushed me to get me sewn back up, you know, sew everything back up. They gave me a vagina. They had to sew it back up, like, whatever. He stayed in NICU for 10 days, almost 2 weeks. Came back home the day before Halloween, and they found out he's also swallowed poop. He had this, I have to find out what this is, but I'm gonna look it up and just put it somewhere. But basically, he had like a hole between his heart and his lung. Like there's like a film over your chest, kind of, and like there's like a hole in there, and that hole was causing him to breathe weird. So they had to like tip so the baby's beds are like this, and they had to tip it like this so he can breathe for like a couple days. And then once he was breathing fine, getting his oxygen, they fixed it back straight up like this to sleep on his back or whatever. And that healed up or whatever, but it was just very complicated. His birth, everything was just very complicated. And you know, obviously I was very worried. So you know, my baby comes home, he's good, great, you know, he's fine. And all the way up to he started talking, you know, earlier this year, in January and February, he was saying mama, dada, baba, bye. Well, he wasn't saying bye. He was saying yeah, which is bye to him. Every time you say bye, he's like yeah. And then he just started to mimic sounds. So he has a game on my phone, and when the cat comes up, it starts to meow, and he will meow with the So when he's meowing with the cat, then he started quacking with the dog, and I'm like, yo, my dog's talking. This is crazy. And he was saying, I think he was saying uh-oh too. I can't remember. He was saying uh-oh. So he was saying a bunch of sounds, and he was putting it together. And then one day he just stopped talking, and I didn't even realize. His grandfather realized, and I didn't even notice, and I felt so bad. I was like, yo, why is my son not talking no more? Like, I didn't even realize it, because so much was going on. I just didn't think that he was, I don't know. So long story short, we got him into this program where they evaluated him to see if he can get into this program. The caseworker came over, she did her evaluation, and she said that he has signs and red flags of autism. She's not diagnosing him because she doesn't have that power to, but she's seen this before. And I was just, to be honest, I was really distraught because I just wanted to figure out why he stopped talking. I didn't know these other behaviors was tied into that, of the reasons why he stopped talking. So when she said that he might be on the autism spectrum, I was just literally like it just hit me like a truck, to be honest with you. Like I was honestly upset because I know how hard it depends on what how high or low you're on the spectrum and stuff. So autistic people live very good lives. I'm not saying they can't. It's just I know it's a little bit harder for them to process certain things or sensitivities to certain things, and it's just a bunch of stuff. I know that, but I just didn't expect him not talking was relating to that. I just thought he had a speech issue, to be honest. And so we have another evaluation with the psychologist and the speech pathologist, and even the psychologist said his behaviors that he's showing, she can diagnose him with on the autistic spectrum, but she won't until the neurologist says, hey, give us the final word, yes, no, after they run some tests. But the behaviors that they see, besides him not stop talking, he flails his hands, he tenses up, you can hear him, he gets very excited, he starts doing that. What else? He does stuff repeatedly. So there's a couch here, and then the island right here, and then another chair over here. So he'll just run in a circle, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He'll run to the door, come back, run to the door, come back, run to the door, and come back. He will open and close doors, cabinets, drawers, whatever he gets his hands on. He'll just open and close it, open and close it. Open and close, open and close. He would just do that. He would, what else? He would stand on his tippy toes. He would spin around in circles, and he would just keep doing it and just keep doing it. He will, it's stuff like that, like very repetitive behaviors like that he would do, and they say those could be signs of autism. They've seen it before and all this stuff. So, and plus he just started talking like this, like in gibberish. Before June, he wasn't really talking like this. He was barely talking. He will say words here and there. When he get excited, he will ooh, ooh, and tense up and do that. But other than that, he wasn't really talking as much as you guys heard him in his words, right, Zane? In his own words. In his own words. So, I went in June. I went to go visit my mom and my family, and my cousin, she has a bunch of kids. So he was around all the kids, and he was playing with them and all that stuff. And then I realized when we came back, he was talking more. And I'm like, yo, he you know, they kind of influenced him to talk. And even he goes to daycare, so around the time he stopped talking, that's when he started daycare. And you know, being around those kids, that plus going away from to visit my mom and my cousins and stuff, really helped him to be a little bit more social, like a little bit more social. He's still not that social, even with me and his dad, like, and you know, he's not that social, but he is. He knows who we are. You know, he'll go to people if he likes you. You know, you gotta have a give a certain vibe for him to vibe with you. You know, he's really close to his teachers and all this stuff. So Xavier, he knows social cues, like he knows who we are and all this stuff, and we're like the best people in the world in his life right now. But another thing is that one of the behaviors is that he also uses us as tools. Yes, like, oh my god, like, of course kids use you as tools. No, not like that. Like, he would literally use us as like an extended arm or something. Like, if he wants a fork and the fork is like right here and he knows that I'm tall enough to get it, he will get my hand and he'll put my hand right there. He'll literally do this and put my hand right there, or put my hand in the fridge, on the fridge door to open to get him some milk. He will he would put my hand on the door so I could open it so he could come in and out and all this stuff. He would do certain stuff, like and then he would do this, and then he would do certain stuff like that, which you know, some people see it as him using, you know, it's like, I don't want to say it's normal. I don't know if a lot of kids do that, because I have a little brother, he's 8, and I don't remember him doing that when he was younger, but you know, every kid's different. I don't know, but what was I saying? But he legit uses us as a tool. Like, he does not see us, or, you know, people in the house has like people, like, these are people. He sees us kind of as like, hey, they can help me. This thing can help me get my milk that's up there. This thing can help me turn on the TV. This, like, I don't know if I can explain that well, but that's what he does. And he's not using words or anything for us. Words or anything, not even just words, but anything to signify to us, like, hey, I want milk, I want my diaper change, I want this, I want that. So that's part of it too, which is fine. This is the only way he can communicate with us, which is fine. It's just, we gotta be like, if he does this clapping. He likes his clapping game. He'll get your hand and just clap, and he just loves it. Just loves it. So he will just keep on going. So if you want him to get your, like, to notice you're here, you gotta clap in front of him and be like, hey, Xavier. And you gotta make him look at you in your eyes, and be like, okay, and then do it again and be like, hey. Or if he wants the milk, you'll be like, you get the bottle, Xavier, you want the bottle? Look at me. Or, you know, we're feeding him, hey, Xavier, you see me? Like, you gotta put it in our face to know that we're here, we're a person, to see our mouths, to see how the words are moved. Like, this is, you'll be like this. Be like, hey, box, or pink. It's pink. We gotta keep doing that for him so he can learn how it looks, how it sounds and stuff. And it's hard as heck, to be honest. That was something else I wanted to talk about, but I think it's gonna get back to me. It's very hard because he was doing those things and he just stopped for whatever reason. My aunt thinks it correlates with his really rough delivery. It might, I don't know. But it's hard to communicate because I see kids in his daycare talking. They'll say bye to him. Bye, baby. Bye, baby. It's the cutest thing when they say bye to him. It's like the cutest adorable thing. You want lotion? 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 Okay. See, he does that. They'll say hi and bye. They'll wave. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. I have a friend whose daughter is the same age as him, and she speaks perfect. Like how she enunciates her words and her sentences, like you gonna understand what I'm saying. I'm not blah 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 blah. No, I ain't. I want juice, mom, and I want it now. She don't talk like that, but she's very clear with her words, which is really cute. I love it. But in the back of my head, like damn, like I wish Xavier can talk. I wish he can tell me what he want without showing me or anything. You know, I wish he was talking, to be honest with you. I wanted to talk. I wanted to experience that. I wanted to, and all this stuff, and all the kids his age are talking. Like this one of my favorite YouTubers, Bo Vintage, like she has 2 kids, and then the older daughter, she's not even 2 yet. I think she just turned 1 back in spring. I forgot which month, but I know it's a spring time. No, not spring, in January. The baby was born in January, and the girl's really talking. She says she speaks over 25 words. She say phrases and all this stuff. And then I know you're not supposed to compare your kids, and this is probably a test for me for when he gets older and all this stuff, to not compare my son to any other kid. But it is very hard when you're around other kids and parents, and you see it, and I don't want to, and you're like, dang, I wish my son can talk. Maybe it's a hearing issue because we didn't get his hearing checked. Maybe, I don't know. But from the looks of it, I'm assuming he just ignores us, because this boy loves he loves music. Like, oh, especially Coco Melon. He loves his Coco Melon. He loves his Baby First, especially Color Crew. He loves the song on Baby First. He loves singing with his dad. And that's probably the only time I see him, like, I don't want to say communicating back and forth with his dad, but his dad was singing and he would try to sing like him, and or he'll hear a song that he hears a million times and he'll just try to sing along. So that's probably progress, which is cute. I love it. He's a Libra with my sun and moon, so he's musically inclined, which I love. But basically, you know, I just wish he can talk. I wish he would be like, Mommy, no, I don't want that. Or Mom, if he could say Mommy or Daddy or anything like, oh my God. And we were right there. He was saying Mama. He was saying Mama since he was like 9 months old, and now he stopped. This is very hard. It's not about me. It's about my son. And he's doing well. He's eating, sleeping, playing, being happy, doing his own thing, living his life, his little almost 2-year-old life. And me and his dad, we're doing the best that we can to give him the best life he possibly can live, even if he never talks. We're gonna try to help him. Even when he talks, he talks. If he doesn't, he doesn't. We just gotta learn to work with it and learn how to communicate other ways. But this is hard. This is very hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's okay, because sometimes it's not. And I want people to know that are going through similar stuff with their kids, that it's okay to feel sad and like heartbroken and all this stuff, but you gotta know this is not about you. It's about your child, and you gotta give them every possible help that they can get, every resource, everything that you can give them, give it to them so they can live their best life, because they didn't choose to be here. So they got to. Hey, I work with special needs kids all day, and I see some parents don't even be involved in their kids. Like, I understand, not I don't understand, but parents don't really be involved in their kids that are not special needs. Now the kids special needs, and you still not focus and trying to help them, give them the best life they can, and these kids can't talk. These kids, like, it's a bunch of stuff, and it's just so heartbreaking to know that their parents don't care, or it's that basically that they just don't care sometimes, or they don't not care, but they don't have the resource or help, and that hurts. And I'm grateful that I have the resource and help and support from people from people around me about Xavier and stuff. It is hard, but like I said, I gotta figure this out, because he didn't choose to be here. I chose for him to be here, so now he gotta live in this world, so I gotta make it the best thing he can for him, best thing for him. What I noticed with Xavier, he's really good when it comes to routine and schedules, super good. And the psychologist, she told me, which confirmed my belief, basically, like agreed with me, like schedule routine is really good, especially when it comes to a child like Xavier. Like, they need to, like, he wakes up, gets ready to go to daycare and all this stuff. He comes back from daycare, he has a little snack. A little hour and a half later, he eats dinner, depending on the time, so probably like 7:30 he'll eat dinner. Right after dinner, he'll take a bath, because he's a messy boy when he eats. So messy, so goddamn messy. He's just messy, but he has to eat by himself, and he needs to eat with a spoon and a fork. He just needs to. He won't eat without a spoon and a fork. He needs to eat with a spoon and a fork, which I love. It's so adorable. Take him a bath, and then give him, like, now we're incorporating like probably 10-15 minutes of quiet playtime here and there, reading and all this, because as of lately, he wants to sleep later. Like, I don't know why. He's just, maybe another growth spurt, I don't know, but do that and then put him down in his crib, and he will go to sleep. When I tell you, this time last year, this boy would not sleep in his crib by himself. I had to put him to sleep. Like, he would sleep with me, and I had to put him in his crib, and then he'll wake up and cry. It was like the most stressful time of sleep. Now, ever since he's been in daycare, he'd be knocked out. And he'll wake up one time. Sometimes he'll stay up for like 30 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour or two, depends. But usually, if he's staying up more, it's because he didn't really eat that much at dinner. So, like, we gotta fill that boy up, and he'll sleep through the night, which has been working. So, ever since I put him in daycare, and I know people have reservations about putting their kids in daycare, which I understand, because I was like that. But I put him in daycare around March, April, and hey, babe, people have it, but I researched a bunch of daycares. I made sure I did a interview with the director. Anything goes wrong, either at the school or with, like, at home, I'll let the teachers know, the directing. Like, I'm very involved in Xavier's daycare activities. You putting on my shoes? He's putting on my shoes right now. You hear him growling? He's being focused. That's him focusing. Trying to put where are we going? I only have one shoe. People have reservations about daycares because you hear stories and stuff, but I don't really have people to watch Xavier like a lot of people do. My mom doesn't live in the state no more. My boyfriend's family, they're busy people. Like, they're not gonna stop their life to watch their child, which I'm not asking them to. But, like, I need to live my life too and get to where I need to get to. So that's where daycare comes in. And I was scared at first, but now I'm so comfortable with him in daycare. They tire him out. They have, like I said, they have a schedule. He goes in, he eats breakfast, he plays, he has lunch, he sleeps, he wakes up, go play outside, it's pickup time. He comes home, he has a little snack, he plays, he eats, he goes to sleep, and the boy knocked out. He knocks out. Like that first 2 weeks, he knocked out and he did not wake up. I'm like, yo, I should have put this boy in daycare sooner. I didn't know nothing about this. Next child, when I have another child, they're going to daycare. They are going to daycare. And then when he was in daycare and I have all this free time, I'm like, what am I going to do with my free time? I slept. But I'm just saying there is pros outside of cons of putting your child in daycare. It's like the routine and schedule was really big for me of picking the daycare. That's why I put Xavier in daycare. I want him in a, and it works. It works out for him. It works out for me. It works out for anyone that's watching him. Like, you know, okay, when's the last time he ate? He ate almost 3 hours ago. Okay, it's time for him to eat again. Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock. It's about time for it to be his dinner and take a bath or anything. Like, it's very easy to, and it doesn't have to be on a strict schedule every day. You just gotta know when's the last time he ate. Okay, it's towards the evening. It's about time for him to take a bath, because he knows after he takes a bath, he goes to sleep. He already knows that. He already knows his bedtime after he takes a bath. Sometimes when he's really tired, he will I'll get him ready for bed and I'll put him on the floor. So I'm like cleaning up and putting stuff away, and then he'll just climb on his crib, trying to climb in his bed. And I'm like, oh, okay, you can get in your crib. I'll put him in his crib. The boy knocked out. He put his covers over him like, okay, mom, turn off the lights, time to go to sleep. And he'll just go to sleep. And it's like the cutest thing in the world. So my son understands a lot of stuff. He understands a lot of things. He mimics a lot of stuff. Like right now, he's trying to put my shoe on, which is like so funny to me. He just communicates a different way. And, you know, I love my son to death. I'll literally do anything for my baby. Anything for him. You know, I'm gonna make sure I'll get him everything he wants and needs. I know his dad will do the same. I know my family will do the same, and his family will do the same. Which I guess I'm very privileged and grateful to have that, because I know a lot of people don't have that. But you know, if you are going through, if you have a similar situation as me, or your child is going through the same thing as me, not same thing but similar situation as Xavier, you know, try to look up programs and resources to help your child out, because they really need it. Like I said, it is hard sometimes, because you do wish your kid can, like for me, like I really wish he can talk, but then he'll just rant. Like I'll put on a song and he will sing, and it's like the cutest thing in the world. Or he'll look at me and he'll just give me a hug, and he'll just hug me for like a long time, and you know, this little stuff. I'm like, my kid's good. My kid's gonna be all right, because he got 2 loving parents and grandparents, and it's all right, and his aunts and his uncles. I just wanted to give y'all like a quick, is not quick, but an update about Xavier, and to say that y'all not alone in this. Sometimes I do feel alone, because you know, I never ran across a parent that is going something similar to me, has me. So, you know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions,